Hi there, my name's Emiya, and I'm a graduate student at the Joseph Zilber School of Public Health in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, studying epidemiology and infectious disease. Now I want to take a brief minute to talk to you about one of the ways in which new diseases can emerge in this world. A lot of times, we see new disease come from animal species. For instance, in 1918, the Spanish flu, estimated for killing roughly 50 million individuals worldwide, originated in a species of birds. Scientists suspect that the Ebola virus, which boasts a particularly high mortality rate, actually came from fruit bats. Now, typically when a pathogen moves from one species to the other, that's the end of it. Nothing really happens. But every now and again, a virus or bacteria move from a bird or a cow or a bat into another species, say a human being, and gain the ability to cause disease within that new host. We call this cross-species transmission, or spillover for short. Now, it can happen in a number of different ways, but we're going to focus on two of them right now. So some bacteria, like those that cause meningitis or tuberculosis, have small bits of DNA that we call plasmids. These plasmids exist totally independent of that bacterium's genetic makeup. They can do a number of different things. For example, a plasmid might code for a gene that gives bacteria resistance to antibiotics. We see this a lot in sexually transmitted diseases. Another plasmid might be responsible for the production or lead to the production of proteins which can directly attack and damage a human's cells or tissues. On top of that, plasmids can be freely replicated whenever a bacteria sees fit, provided that it has the energy to do so. In addition to that, a plasmid can be given to any number of other bacteria within a new host species, which means any benefits that that bacterium receives from its plasmids can be given to any number of other bacteria, which then can be spread and replicated to possibly within more members of this new host species. Now, when a virus moves to a new species and gains the ability to cause disease, it generally happens due to what we call genetic mutation. Now, anything with DNA is susceptible to genetic mutation. Humans, for example, have many safeguards in our own cells and DNA that ensure that when a cell replicates, it is an exact copy of its parent cell. Now, viruses don't care about this. They don't enjoy these safeguards like we do. Not only that, viruses replicate at a much faster rate than human cells do. Due to these lack of safeguards and a much shorter genetic gap, it increases the chance that a virus will mutate during its replication. Now, a replication that leads to a mutation could be good, it could be bad, it could do nothing at all. It could affect something as small as a base pair, or it could affect an entire genetic sequence. And the problem with mutations is it's really unpredictable. We have no way of knowing where and when a mutation will occur, whether or not it will cause a virus or bacteria to be able to give humans diseases, or if it'll do anything in the first place. That's what makes them so dangerous. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, who the hell cares? Why do I need to know about genetic mutation or the ways that bacteria can share benefits between each other? And it ultimately boils down to a matter of perspective. Having information such as this will allow you to make an educated assumption that the COVID-19 virus was not actually manufactured within a laboratory. This type of knowledge will allow you to look at an individual and not think that they have a higher chance of transmitting a disease to you simply based on what they look like or where you perceive their ancestors come from. This is not the first time that humans have gotten a disease from an animal species. It's certainly not the deadliest disease we've gotten from animal species, and it's not going to be the last disease we get from an animal species. At the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all one race. We're all one people. We have to respect each other, treat each other fairly, and with dignity, and we'll all get along. Stay healthy. Semper Fi.